Sabah everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk to you guys about Android Wear. Android Wear 2.0 specifically running on the Wear 24. Wear 24 is a smartwatch that specifically is branded for Verizon Wireless. It has LTE, it has Android Wear 2.0 out of the box. This is TK, let's check it out. Here is Wear 24's box. This was sent to me from Verizon for review. I want to say thank you very much for allowing me to check it out. I also had this in my gifts for dads as far as Father's Day idea gifts. But the main thing here is that this is an LTE capable smartwatch that is sold exclusively through Verizon. Wear 24 is what we have here on the box. This is an image of the actual watch. Now, mind you, I have already been using this watch for some time, but I wanted to share with you guys the experience of unboxing it. The watch comes centered inside of a case. It does come with a nice little carrier. It's almost like picking up a regular watch. Taking it out of this little soft case, you're greeted directly with the watch. What you have here essentially is a rubber band that is non-replaceable. Unfortunately, the LTE bands are connected to the bands themselves. So the LTE radios will need these to work. As far as the interface and what we get here, essentially this is an Android Wear 2.0 watch. You have stainless steel built around with one button interface, Android Wear 2.0 for the operating system. If you've ever seen the Huawei Watch from last year, the first gen, that has a lot of similarities in the sense of as far as screen size, performance, and just overall look, and I really like this. Now, this one does not have LTE. This is purely Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connected to your smartphone. Where this one shines essentially is it has all of these functionalities plus speakerphone, but it also has LTE. So not only can you make calls from it, but you can also receive calls, send messages, and actually interface directly through the phone as in a normal Wi-Fi version of this device. Quickly looking at the box and what we get in there, we do have a wireless charger. This is the base that you'd be using to be able to charge your watch. You just have to dock it. It connects via a micro USB connector on the back, and then you can set it up on your desktop. And once docked, it'll actually turn on the clock watch option, so you'll be able to use it as a regular watch. The last thing I also want to mention to you guys, it does have a brick, the power brick, also some instruction manuals as far as how to use the watch, warranty information, and a micro USB to USB Type A cable. So you'd use these two with the dock, and now you have your charging solution. Going through some aesthetics, this is the Gear S3. It also is available in LTE version and available from different carriers, but you'll notice the difference in cosmetics here. Obviously, this is running Tizen OS, this is running Android Wear. As far as the hardware too, we have a single button interface, so one button turns it on. Pushing it again takes us directly into the App Store. Going back takes us home. Pressing and holding takes us directly into the Google Assistant. That does have the Google Assistant on this since this is Android Wear 2.0. The watch face that I'm using is a customized watch face that gives me the ability to see the time, the steps, the July. You can customize them by just pushing on and then swiping on and then being able to customize it. Also, you can just swipe from the left and then you can change all the different watch faces, download additional ones, and then set them up. Of course, all of this is also set up directly through the app. Now, pushing it once gives us access to the new jog dial. You do have some Verizon apps that are installed, like Message Plus, the dialer, here the calling setup. Just as a heads up, this needs to be set up with a Verizon phone. So if you purchase this separately, you can use this as an Android Wear device. You lose some of the functionality of synced notification between phone and smartwatch, mostly because it doesn't have the Verizon backup on it. But continuing the hardware too, we have nothing on the left side. Now on the bottom, you notice that there's a lack of a heart rate sensor. So this one does not come with that. A lot of the other options on the market right now do carry these things. We do have a QR code to be able to sync, a speaker grill on the back, one on the top, one on the bottom for audio. Our microphone is positioned next to the power button so that it picks up the best audio possible. And again, as I mentioned to you guys, the bands are non-replaceable, but they are very sturdy, soft rubber, and then you do have the additional flaps here to be able to keep it consistently running. We do have Android Wear 2.0, so all of the interfaces that you're used to there with notification, you can swipe up from the bottom, you can swipe down from the top, accessing the settings. You have the speakerphone option, display, sound notification, apps, gestures, connectivity, accessibility, personalization, and system. The one thing I want to mention, out of the box, when I first received this for review, it did not have Android Wear 2.0. It came with Android Wear 1.5 or 1.6, and I did have to go and update it. So nothing fancy, but just be aware, if you get it out of the box and you notice that your interface is not similar to this, just keep in mind that it just needs to be updated, and it definitely will pull the update right away. The only other thing I wanted to show you guys as far as Android Wear to Android Wear, now I am running the Android Wear software again 2.0 on my Huawei Watch. There's a lot of similarities in this in the sense of what we get. You can't change the band, but I like the fact that they took a lot of hints from the Android Wear 2.0. The one thing I want to mention to you guys, you may not see this directly with the glass, is it's actually flush. It's actually a flat, flush piece of glass, where with the Huawei Watch, you have that little bit of a groove indentation going in. So aesthetically, I think it looks very nice. I think it performs pretty good. Battery life on this, I've been able to get about a day and a half. So you have 15%. This is after taking it off the actual watch. I took that off the charger yesterday morning at 5 a.m. and it's down to 15% after 24 hours. So right now it's 7 a.m. It's 1 day and 2 hours, and it's working pretty good. The 2 steps obviously is from today since I picked it up at the charger. It shows timing, all the different options that you want, and it works pretty good. I like the fact that it's very nice and very quick to use. The speaker on this is very clear. People on the other end could hear me. I mean, of course, they heard a lot more noise than if I was using the phone, mostly because it doesn't have noise canceling, but it definitely has a very nice feel to it. For the last week or so, I've been using the Wear Watch with my iPhone, and I did initially start it up by using it on my Samsung Galaxy. This is the S8 Plus. The interface is very similar as far as the options. You're able to basically go into your watch, go into settings. You can customize the account, the feed, the information, what applications are blocked, email accounts, cards, whichever they're blocked. You can sync it, resync it again. And of course, well, let's go back here into settings, connected. And you can just also do the Bluetooth connectivity. So here we're going to turn it on just to kind of have it connected. At one point I had both watches, the Wear Watch and the Huawei Watch at the same time with the same phone, and it was keeping me keep getting disconnected. So I disabled the Huawei Watch just to disable it. But overall it works very nice. You see it says connected. I can set up the different options. As far as the Wear Watch, I'm able to go in, I can change the different faces, I can download additional watch faces and set them up. Now, as usual, this is an iOS device. I'm using a Wear Watch. It says, you know, here it is, connected the Wear 24. It has the actual Verizon logo right there. So it doesn't matter if you're using on Android or iOS, you're definitely going to get a good experience there. Overall performance on this has been very good. I've been able to make calls and receive calls, send and receive text messages. Notifications have been really good. The one thing I want to mention to you guys, well, of course, is keep in mind, it's an LTE connected watch on Verizon and exclusive to Verizon, which means if you have a Verizon phone, be it iOS or Android, as I showed you guys, you can actually use this and it will work pretty well. It's not going to work as well as an Apple Watch on an iOS environment, but if you want something that's flexible between devices, so let's say down the point, just say you want to switch over from an Android to an iOS, and you're worried if your smartwatch is going to be able to stay up with you, Android Wear provides that to you, where the iOS environment with Apple Watch, it's pretty much stuck to an iPhone. So if you don't have that, you lose the functionality of that, $300, $400 watch. Other than that, it does receive updates. It's definitely, keeping up. The battery life is about 24 hours or so with moderate usage. And I say moderate usage because I get a lot of notifications during the day. So I actually am more than the normal user of notifications that get pushed in. And I've tested it out on both iOS and Android, and both of them provide a really good experience. Although it shines a little bit more on Android, it definitely does a really good job on iOS. It gives me notifications. I'm able to respond. I'm able to see my emails, my calendar events. All of those things come up pretty good. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like and subscribe as usual. And, thank you very much to Verizon for allowing me to check out the Wear 24 watch. And I'll give you guys, of course, all the links in the description below. I'll see you guys in the next video.